everyone. Welcome to The Grateful Artist. I'm so glad you're back. Today, we're going to talk about letting go. This is quite a challenge to let go of things that we're holding on so tightly. It can be something someone says to you. It can be part of your process that you're working on with your art that you can't let go of the idea of what it should be. That tends to be something that most artists experience when they create, is their idea of the outcome, the attachment to it, the hope of what it will be. And what I found with my work, I work with plaster and mixed media, so a lot of the work is by chance how it's going to turn out. Things react differently, and I don't have control over some of it, and that's what makes it a little bit magic for me. But it also is something that's difficult to let go. Letting go of that idea, letting go of that attachment to the outcome is probably the most important part of my process because coming from perfectionism, having to have everything exactly in its place and work out exactly the way I see it, now I'm just curious how it's going to turn out. I stay in curiosity. That's kind of my platform that I stand on. I always say I'm optimistically curious to what's next with my art and with my life. So staying in curiosity and staying flexible like this in the mind, it really opens up like a lot of creativity and a lot of flow. When we find ourselves blocks, a lot of times we're holding on tightly to an idea or something that we just cannot let go of. And there is so much joy in letting go and being surprised at how things are going to turn out. Because sometimes you have an idea and it actually turns out way better than you thought it would. That's always fun. And I think every time I enter the studio, I may have a plan for that day, what I want to accomplish, what kinds of pieces I want to work on. But even letting go of the day, meaning that I'm not in charge of the day. I could have all the greatest intentions. I could show up. I could get my paint clothes on and get my gear, turn on the music, and I could get ready to create. And I'll get a phone call and have to be pulled away from what my intentions were that day. That is where letting go is very, very important because, okay, I guess today is not the day. The big part of letting go is it prevents you from being depressed over not being able to create or not being able to bring a project to its fruition. I mean, to finish it. And I have several pieces in the studio that I've been working on for quite a while because this summer has been so busy. And every day I think, this is what my day is going to look like. I get to paint, I get to do this, I get to do that. And, nope, I can plan all I want. And I am pretty prolific. I can paint and create so much because when I'm in the studio, I'm not a maniac, but yet I love to create. And there's a lot of my work where there's a lot of downtown time with the pieces. So my plaster work, there's a lot of drying times. I have 4 tables in my big studio where I do the plaster work. And I may just touch one piece for 10 minutes, the next piece for 5 minutes, the next piece for 1 minute. And then I'll go out to my back studio and I'll start painting a painting that I've been working on that I really love. And the back studio is more my brush work, my reflective pieces on canvas that I work on. And that's kind of the peaceful place in my studio where there's couches, chairs, we relax. People and my friends come visit me in that studio and we hang out and create together. And it's such a fun thing. But when I'm creating so many things all at once, I guess that could sound a little manic, but it really isn't. It's just, I think when I started doing this plaster work, it really taught me patience. You have to wait. And a lot of the work that I do, I sand down to expose the underlayers of the plaster. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know what's going to come through. And that also is very surprising and exciting for me. And even that at the end, I don't even know how it's going to burnish and polish. I might have an idea, but once I start polishing and rubbing metal on it, what comes with that and what rich colors come out of the veining of the plaster. It's amazing. It's so exciting. So a lot of times, if we're an artist and we can stay flexible, we can be open to what is next and how it's going to unfold. Letting go is it's actually a really great thing to do. And obviously in life, it's a great thing. When we create and we are, if we're creators and we do it, I don't paint every day, but I think I could if I wanted to. But a lot of times in life, when we are trying to live our life, if we have that kind of flexibility in our life as well, it makes it a lot easier to nourish the relationships you have, to cherish every moment you have with your child or your family, and you soak everything in a little bit because there's no urgency in life, because you're just trusting whatever comes today is coming, and whatever isn't, and you take it as it is, and that is. It sounds really easy, actually, but I didn't live like that in my 20s and early 30s. I didn't have that ability to do that. I had, I had plans and they had to work out, and if they didn't, it really did cause me some depression. And when I was so busy that I couldn't get to my art, I couldn't even get out of bed sometimes because I'd be so frustrated not being able to create all these paintings that are, accumulating in my brain. But now, I still have those paintings accumulated. I still dream about painting. I still come up with ideas all the time. I just journal them, and I know that they'll come when they're supposed to, and their time is perfect timing. So I don't really look at it like, gosh, I wish I can get to that idea that I've had last year, and I still can't get to it. It's just trusting that whatever I'm creating, I'm meant to create, and I'm letting go of what I'm not creating. And I think that does provide me with a flow of life and an ease, which I didn't have for quite a long time. And it caused a lot of chaos and stress in my life and anxiety, really. It's kind of bizarre when creatives kind of are pulled away from their creativity and they're not able to create. It can cause a depression. It can cause anxiety. It can cause a lot of stress in their body. We need an outlet. We need to express ourselves. That's kind of the whole point of art, is expression. We are expressing who we are, what we're about, what we think. And it's such an honor to be able to even be able to express, because there's so many people that can't do what we do, that can't express what's going on with them or can't express in this way. So I do treat this like a gift. I have definitely been given this gift, and I am trying to use it wisely. But I think when we struggle with letting go, there's so many levels to it. Letting go of your thoughts in your brain, because that could provide you with anxiety and stress where you can't create. Letting go of something that happened yesterday, because we're not in yesterday. We're today. We're in this moment. So being present, that also helps us let go. We can't really help what's going to happen tomorrow. I have a big day tomorrow. There's a lot of stress, I would say, preparing for tomorrow. And that's something that used to wreck me. I used to break out in rashes and can't sleep for a week before an event. But now I let go. I seriously just let go. You know what? Whatever I'm supposed to express, whatever is going to get done before this event, that's what's supposed to happen. And if I have an idea of what I want to do for this event and I can't get it done, well, that's where letting go comes in handy. Letting go is really, really a good thing to do. And so every time I have a show, there's always an idea of what you want to have done, prepared and shipped out and ready and all that things. And you imagine what your show will be like. And almost every single time I have a show, I have a piece that's going to be the most important part of the show, and it's going to have the message that I want to express. And almost every time, that piece never gets finished for the show. And you just have to let go. That was not meant to finish, and that was not meant for that show. And sometimes I'll put it in the gallery a week later. Or sometimes it just sells to someone else, or someone else connects with it. and I ship it out somewhere else. I have to just kind of let go of what it was meant to do, because a lot of times the art itself has a direction it's meant to be in. So you don't want to really get in the way of that. So when you let go of how this show is going to turn out and how this piece is going to turn out for the show and how the reactions to everyone, you can really get into holding on to a lot of things. And, it's kind of a peaceful thing. And I think I observe this day, the day before an event, like, wow, I'm pretty calm. Like, I haven't had any kind of stress. I've been sleeping good. So I must be really actively letting go. And this piece that I was hoping for the show, again, is not going to be finished. And, I look at that piece lovingly and I say, I understand. You just weren't ready. A lot of times I just don't have control over how long something dries or prepares or gets ready. And, it is a good thing to just kind of a little bit find humor in it. I don't know why every show has to happen this way, but I'm okay with it. And I think that with the show coming up, a lot of times we can have anxiety about, even being in public, just talking to people, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, these kind of things. And I just talk my way through it. I just kind of just say, okay, at this time I needed to go here, and I need to show up at this time, and I have to do this and that. And then, I'm just doing the footwork. I'm letting go of everything that's going to happen. And, it's great when you have a show because you have a gallery working for you. They're working hard, for the show, and they really want to succeed. And I want to be the best partner I possibly can. So there is pressure to perform in that way of like making sure your pieces are right and all those things. But it is a difficult thing when you have expectations of others pressed upon you. Now, when you have that and you make this commitment to the show and the curators and the gallery owner, and they're really excited about it, they've promoted it and, been in the paper and all these things, and it's great, and you're excited. And then that pressure of their expectations on you is also a part that you have to let go. You have to let go of their expectations. You're doing the best you can. And that's really what I kind of say is, listen, I'm doing the best I can. My intentions are great. I produced a lot of things for the show and I'm really excited about. And I wasn't able to, prepare one piece. And I'm just sorry that I wasn't able to do that, but it's not meant to be. And sometimes they're frustrated, but most of the time they're understanding. They're like, okay, great. Whatever you have, we're excited. So I think that this part of self-care as being an artist and things that we talk about of like how great it is to be an artist and how we can just show up for ourselves and be present and just, like let go, as like we're talking about. That is a practice that doesn't happen overnight. That's something that you actually have to work very hard at doing. And it's just one day at a time that we do it, one project at a time. We observe ourselves letting go, and then we observe how our body feels inside. Am I filled with poison, meaning stress? I always feel like stress is poison in the body. And if yes, if it's yes, then that's where my work is. Okay, well, what can I do to make it easier on myself? How can I let go? You have to kind of question your thoughts and question and check in with yourself. If self-care is the most important thing as an artist, then that's where the work is. Practice every day. You're not going to get it right every time. I'm not going to get it right every time. I'm holding on. Sometimes I have claw marks on things I let go because I just don't want to let go. So, it's going to come and go. You just have to be willing to keep getting back up and keep trying to do this process so you can free yourself and be more of a free spirit as an artist. Because when we're not, and we're so controlled, and we are mistrusting of the universe, and we're just trying to control everything to make everything work out, then I think that's I describe it as misery for myself because I've been there. I've tried to get in galleries forever, And I've been rejected probably over 200 times. I don't even know how many times. But, I'm in 10 galleries around the United States, and that's enough for me. You don't really want to have tons because you don't want to be a factory. But the thing is in the beginning, I used to just see myself in a gallery. How are they saying no to me? Oh my gosh. So I kept trying, and year after year I would try. I mean, there's a couple galleries I keep saying, I can't believe they still won't represent me. But really, you have to let go because every gallery, has their own roster and their own opinion of what they need in that gallery. And if I don't fit in it, then I just don't fit. A lot of times you could be competition to an artist they've been representing for years. So it's not even a personal thing. And most of the time it's not personal at all. It's just that gallery owner is looking for a specific thing. And if you're not that, then that's it. It doesn't stop me from keep trying and obviously I'm not harassing these people. It might be once a year I send a note. So I'm not sitting here going, come on, you have to rep me. But after about 5 years into my career, I realized, you know what? You never, ever have to force anything with your art. So let art lead the way. Let your art tell you where it needs to go. And don't get in the way. Don't try to control it. Don't try to hold on tight. Just let it show you where it needs to be. And I guarantee you that when you let go and you just focus on creating, enjoying that creation, enjoying your life, having that space of just freedom, then wow, that's a good life. So I hope that you get something out of this, and I'm hoping that you can let go and just enjoy what you get to do. And I do say get to do because this is not a career that you have to do. It's not something that is forced upon you. It's something that we seek. It's something that we must cherish and that we're so grateful for. So I hope that you find that and find the joy. And I look forward to talking about the subject more too. But thanks for tuning in today. Really appreciate it.